Well, we have two things. One is our currency bill, which Senator Schumer and I and Senator Graham have introduced, and we hope in the next few weeks to get a vote in the Senate. I know we have the votes for that. The second bill that I'm talking about, which is also bipartisan, we hope to bring up as soon as possible.
The danger here is, of course, you're risking a trade war. Is it really worth that?
Well, I'll tell you what, we have had a quiet trade war for a long time. It's been one in which the United States government has been unwilling to protect our side. This is not about a trade war. This is not about protectionism. This is about having open, free trade on both sides. And when China says you have to be a Chinese business, you have to have a Chinese patent in order for them to do business with you, that's the ultimate in protectionism. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, but Senator, let me just put this to you as well. Supposing the Chinese turn around and say, we're not going to buy your bonds anymore, what sort of mess will the U.S. economy be in then?
Well, from my standpoint, we certainly are in this together. There's no question that the Chinese have been certainly a part of our economy, and we have borrowed from them, and they certainly have a stake in our economy doing well, just as we do. But we are losing millions of jobs. We have a trade imbalance. In my home state alone in the last decade, we've lost 1 million jobs. A lot of that to unfair trade practices. It's not too much to ask to say that we want to be able to sell to the Chinese markets, just like they are able to sell to us, and that we want the rules to be fair. That's all we're saying.
Right, Senator, I mean, there's also perhaps some cultural dissonance, if you don't mind me using that phrase. Isn't it better to be doing these things quietly behind the scenes rather than doing it? And really, at the moment, perhaps if China comes off worse, they have this sense of losing face.
Well, we have waited for 10 years. China entered the WTO in 2000. They signed a number of agreements. They did not sign the agreement on government procurement. 10 years later, they are closing their borders by saying they're only going to do business with Chinese businesses. That's the exact opposite of what the WTO is all about. They were given permanent status with the WTO under the proposition that they would, in fact, be following the rules, just like we follow the rules. And so I don't think after 10 years is too much to ask.